All right. Well, we should be getting going here pretty soon. Lights are off the pace truck, so it is going to be one to go. We'll see how everybody lines up here. So yeah, mascot Mike will be in the third position. Shows him fourth right now, but he's on the inside of the second row. Mike Allen is going to be with Rob Willoit on the outside of the front row. See who gets the best jump here. Obviously, Mike Allen is the control car. He's going to be able to jump out first. Got Chris Barker and Stephen Shu back here. They are in fifth and sixth. And I got to imagine they're just kind of biding their time, waiting for the last 10 laps or so, and then we're going to see the boys really turn it on. I think they're just kind of waiting out the storm at this point. We're going through the tri-oval now. We'll get this thing started. Pace truck is pulling off. All right, green flag in the air. 29 gets a great jump. He's going to have choice of whatever lane he wants to kind of try to protect. .101, Dakota Shepard, the only one on the outside there, looking for a friend up top. Now they got a number of trucks out there. Let's see if they can do something with it. Got 3 trucks and only 2 on the inside hooked up. We'll see if they can make a run here. It does look like they got momentum, but they're breaking up on the outside now, and the bottom 2 are very hooked up right now. Chris, those Foothills girls. They're in the back right now by strategy, I guarantee you. We are halfway now as we just crossed into our 40th lap here. Dakota Shepard on the outside trying to get some momentum. He's got mascot Mike behind him. He's been a good pusher so far tonight. Got him out to the lead there for a moment, but then they kind of broke up just a little bit. Here comes a big push on the outside. But the 15 truck is just locked to the 29. I got to imagine he's having that truck is overheating for sure. There goes Dakota Shepard. He's going to take the bottom now, block that lane. That gives Mike Babinchek the option out front. He's going to be the lead car on the outside to see if he can get back up there. He led several laps earlier. Not able to get a whole lot of momentum on the outside right now, unfortunately for those guys, but you see the bottom is locked up 3-4 deep, and it's just tough with that many trucks for these guys to be able to outdraft them. I think mascot Mike may benefit from doing a little side drafting, but that's a little dangerous at this point in the race. If anybody is just tuning in, you see on your screen there, this is a charity race we're doing for Casey Cares. Raised several $100s already. You see a QR code there. They are a foundation, been around for 25 years, helping critically ill children and their families, giving them long-term support, not just a one-time deal. And so we're trying to raise some money to help them help some kids. So that QR code is a donation code, and we encourage anybody that can to give to this great foundation that we're trying to support tonight. Dakota Shepard doing a good job out front there. He's got the 29 of Mike Allen now pushing him, and that bottom line seems to be pretty hooked up 3 deep right there. For Mascot Mike in that 55 truck outside, it's a helpless feeling. You're going as fast as you possibly can. Oh, and the 15 is out of control. He saves it somehow, but oh, there he goes again, and we got a couple of cars just scraping the outside wall there. Chris Barker's good. Steven Shoe's good. I'm not sure if these guys hit anything at all. They might have been far enough behind it to not have any issue, but got Millard there. The 54, the 31 is coming down pit road. He's got damage to his right rear. A few guys with some damage and no caution though, as all the trucks kept it going. So we really, right now, we have 4 cars out front in this race. In this kind of lead pack right now. That's all we got. And with these guys racing side by side, let's go back here to our Foothills boys. They absolutely could catch. And look, they got Alex Foster out front there as well. So if they start sniffing that draft, they'll get 3 of them together. They'll get caught up here, no problem. There's Alex Foster there. So they're going to try to pick him up and get 3 trucks. There, he's going to dip into line with these guys. Like Foster might have a little bit of damage though. He's just kind of off pace. I don't see anything wrong with the truck, but not as fast as the rest of these guys. You see him just kind of losing them. So they're going to have to catch this next pack here. Up front, we're now single file, and don't look now, but Mascot Mike is back out front. Dakota Shepard is over there blinking a little bit. He's having some connection issues. Shepard now shown in the 7th position, but I don't see him on track. So, yeah, he's borderline disconnected at this point. So, that's tough for Dakota. The 3 trucks up front here now. See Hall trying to get the lead here. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not Hall. That is the 64. And he is barely not a lap down. So, really, there's 2 trucks fighting for position here out front. But the 64 is leading him. Now, if we do get a caution, he's going to be on the lead lap, not have to take the wave around. So that's good for him and good for the 31 of Connor, because he would be the free pass should we get a caution. And looking back at these guys here, so now you got the 31 of Connor in the back there. Alex Foster caught back up to these guys. These 3 Foothills trucks are all together, and they are closing the gap in a hurry. let's just take a look here. So as we cross the stripe here, Chris Barker leading these guys just under 2 seconds. And as they come back around one more time, we'll take a look and see. But Mascot Mike's still leading here. Got this truck in front of him, and you see the 93 and the 15. They are back in the picture as well. And so now we got 4 cars back from the lead. And we aren't even going to get an entire lap. The 46 is there. So all these guys back together again. But that 64, again, he's a lap down. Look at the 93 Tom Hall on the outside, getting the lead. And I think Mascot Mike's got to get away from that 64. I don't think that truck is fast enough. As I say that, they pull back out. Never mind. So he pushes him through. He's not going to go up to that top line. He's not going to try to cut that off. And now they're there. And you see the Foothills teammates, they caught him, and then now they're just kind of hanging back right there. They still feel like there's another wreck happening, and they do not want to be part of it. They're just going to stay single file back there. They know they're within striking distance. They were able to catch him, so they're not concerned about that. And Tom Hall, who was out front there, now finds himself in the 4th position. Now that 31 second truck on the outside, that chrome truck, also a lap down, but trying to get around the leaders here so that he can get his lap back. He is racing that 64 right now to be the first truck a lap down. So while they're not racing for the lead, they're racing each other. Because one of them is going to get the wave around if we get a caution. Scott Millard there on the outside. He goes really high, getting out of the way for everybody. Mike Allen is doing a great job on the outside with the 31 pushing. Now the 55, it looks like, is going to join them. And they keep kind of going back and forth on the lead here, as is common at Talladega. Now 29 is going to dive down. He's going to take the bottom, leave those 2 trucks to the outside. This is how Mike got the lead earlier, so we're going to have to see Mascot Mike can push 31 there back out to the front with just 2 trucks and 4 on the inside. So it's tough. Ooh, 31 gets really loose right there, able to save it, but the 55 had to go high to avoid. That's going to kind of break up the momentum of that outside line. The 64 came out to the outside line to block that 31, which is a good move by him because that's the truck he's racing. So if he can stay out in front of him, no matter what happens, they get a caution, he's gonna be out front and get that wave around. 93 kind of backing off a little bit. Maybe just needs some air in the to get into that truck, and then he can get back at it. Sometimes back in that pack, you'll get really heated up. So those trucks really bobbling around now. They've been going quite a while on this set of tires, and so they're getting kind of hot, getting kind of loose, and you can see it in the trucks. They're moving around quite a bit. That could also be why the 93 is kind of backing out a little bit. He just doesn't want to be part of it. As now we go all single file here. I have not raced this track in new trucks since they redid the modeling of it with this last update, but I will say I did do Daytona, and it was tight. Just like you saw Mike right there in the 55, you saw the back end just kind of step out a little bit. I guess that's loose, not tight, but it's just loose going in, especially if you're on the outside and you have a truck on the inside of your quarter panel. It definitely wants to turn that truck around, and so these guys are just battling a little bit of handling issues, which sounds weird at a track like this where handling is not normally a thing, but I'm telling you, this new truck model has put a little bit more handling back into the trucks at these super speedways, so these guys are battling it right now for sure. So lap 55, 25 to go here as we cross the line. The 64, Cole Morgan has got himself back out front. 55 goes almost to the infield. That's going to cost them some momentum for sure. Haven't lost the draft yet, though, and there's still some trucks there, so they'll get caught back up here, but that definitely cost the 55 and 93 time. Now you see the 15 is going to pull out with the 29, go side by side again to see if they can make that outside work. Hasn't been super successful tonight. In fact, the outside has been the most successful with the 55 as the push car. So 55 looks like he's going to choose the bottom here, making it 3 trucks on the bottom. It's definitely loose. We see a lap car now. Whoa, man, they come up at that lap car. That was kind of dangerous. He was all the way against the wall, doing everything he could there in the 16. And you see that outside line with the 15 and 29, just not able to work. Too many trucks on the bottom, and they did a great job of getting around them. Now back to single file, and we'll see who's going to be the next one to want to jump out. So 29 kind of takes a peek out there, maybe just getting some air, but looked like he was testing the waters to see if the 93 was going to go with him. Didn't look like he was going to do it, so he pulls back into line. And again, just for reference, the top 2 trucks here are on the tail end of the lead lap, not racing for a position with these guys, but racing each other for lucky dog if the 55 gets by them. But 55 back to the lead. Technically. Not the lead of the draft pack, but the lead of the race. So as we're going here, you see the 2 Foothills trucks are on pit road, so this is going to be the final stop for the 46 of Chris Barker and the 00 of Steven Shue. They are going to get this last pit out of the way. Alex Foster in with them, also a teammate. So they're going to come out 3 trucks deep. And we will see how this affects the rest of the field. You guys kind of peel off now, trying to see. Yeah, so the 15, 29, and 93 all hit the pits right there. And this leaves the 16 and the 55 out there. 55 is the only one on the lead lap now that hasn't pit, so he's going to have to pit with these lappers so that he can maintain draft. And you see these guys coming off. Now let's see how this blend happens here, if they're going to be able to get around. And yep, they're definitely going to pull around him there. Now, the 55 and the 31 are in team chat, so they are talking to each other. They're definitely, I would assume, going to be pitting together. The 64 is also in with them, so these 3 guys are probably going to be pitting together here not too long from now. And I believe that 16 behind them also part of that team, so they are, all 4 of those trucks hopefully you're talking and are going to be able to pit together, stay together, and see. But look at Foothills up there on the top line. They know these guys got to pit, so they're going to stay high, let them do their thing, and see if they can get around them together. There they go into the pits. And these guys may end up out front. You'll have to see. Trying to look, Thomas Hall is going to be out front with the 15 and the 29. So these 3 guys are probably going to be our leaders. And the Foothills guys are about 5 seconds behind that. These are only 2 trucks, so we'll see. 20 laps to go. We'll see if the Team Foothills can track these guys down and make a race out of it, and also where the 55 comes back out. .55 on the move now as they cross the line. There he is in the bottom, so he's definitely going to get passed by these leaders. He's going to have to come all the way around here. Didn't look like there was many trucks with him, unfortunately, so they got separated there in the pits, and that is probably going to end the chances for Mike Babinchuk unless they have a caution. And you see Chris Barker there, Stephen Shu, Alex Foster, all in line. We'll keep an eye on their relativity to the lead, which is right here with the 15 and 29. These guys just staying nose to tail right now. Mike Allen, the 29, is doing a great job of like not trying to race him, not trying to get the lead. It really doesn't matter right now. They just got to stay out front, these guys. 4.5 seconds back to Chris Barker right now, and we'll keep an eye on that gap as they do go side by side here for just a second. Get around the 31. Now, if the 31 can stay with him, that'll make him 3 trucks, even though the 31's not for position. But that would make them stronger and faster. And Barker's down to almost 3.5 seconds. So in that lap, he shaved almost a second off of their time. So he has got, and the Foothills guys, I should say, have plenty of time to track these guys down. Then it will be a race. Don't forget about Thomas Hall. He's still in there, 93. He's kind of running, I don't want to say by himself, but he's behind those guys, the Foothills guys, just barely sniffing that draft. He would love to get a little bit closer so he doesn't lose that draft. Chris Barker's got it to 3 seconds now. So about 3/4 of a second every lap they're gaining. And the more that 29 has to dip out there to get air, the slower they go. They do have that 31 in tow now, so that's definitely going to help their efforts.